Okay, so this is literally a little review of grade 9 domain and range, like introduction to inequalities in domain and range. So these are exactly the same questions for grade 9, so I'm going to go very quickly through them. X is greater than or equal to 2. Well, we're going to draw a number line. We're going to put 2 on it, don't care where. We're going to put a closed dot and shade to the right. So greater than or equal to or less than or equal to are closed dots. Then we just shade the number line in the correct location. If you want to, like I fully explained in grade 9, use your hand to put your left hand on the diagram like you can see in the notes, and your thumb is pointing greater than, whichever. Now we're going to learn how to write this in different ways. So we're going to do it using words, set notation, and interval notation. Now I'm just going to put tick tick because it's exactly the same word as above, and I want you to start doing that stuff. Whatever. In words, colon, X is greater than or equal to 2. Okay, that's words. That's easy. Domain and set notation. You want to start off with what they gave you. Say X is greater than or equal to 2. Exactly what the question was. Then, because we can be every point to the right, shading to the right, we can say XER if it's continuous. Then we can put a vertical bar and say X because that's what we're talking about. And then we can put a curly brace in front and a curly brace after. Now, interval notation is interesting. So we want to start by putting the lowest number that we can be, 2. Then we want to put the greatest number we can be, comma, infinity. This is not a point. Do not get confused this with a point. This is a domain. So 2 to infinity. Now, infinity is not included, so we put a round bracket. But now, because we're greater than or equal to or less than or equal to, we're going to use close brackets. Put a box around that. That's a remember. So we put a close bracket around the 2. So we have words, set notation, and interval notation. Okay, let's do another one. X is less than 3. So draw a number line. Because 2 is perfectly above on that line, I'm going to put 3 here. This time we're less than. So less than and greater than, we do open dots. Put a box around that. So we put an open dot at 3. Then we shade left because we want to be less than. Feel free to use your hand and put your hand there, your right hand, as you can see in the notes, and your thumb points left. And then we can do the same thing. So words, set, and interval. I'm not going to write those words again. So X is less than 3, not equal to. Set notation, write what they gave you. Decide if you shaded continuously or discrete from earlier. And because we did, we can say XER, meaning X can be all real numbers. Again, just the same like before. And some funny thing where you say X vertical bar in front to let them know we're talking about X. And we put curly braces around it because they like that. Okay. Okay, now interval notation. So again, lowest number is negative infinity. It goes all the way left to negative infinity. Comma, biggest number, 3. But this time, because it's less than or greater than, we use open brackets. We also put open brackets always around infinity. And that is interval notation. Okay, moving along the notes. So we've seen a greater than and a less than and incorporated equal to. Let's now see another example. So let's go for 2's right there above and 3's right there above. I didn't quite do that in the notes, whatever. Let's put a closed dot here. And, excuse me, I forgot to write above what the given information was. So let's erase this little line dividing it and move it up a tad and give the question. I forgot to give the question. 2 is less than or equal to x, which is less than 3. So we start with a number line with the numbers given, 2 and 3. We're going to put a closed dot at 2 because it's equal to from the notes above, and an open dot at 3 because it's not equal to from the notes above, and then we're just going to shade between. You can use both hands to know it's a between. So words is x is great. I'm not even going to write it. I'm going to read the English sentence from the notes. X is greater than or equal to 2 and less than 3. I'll do set notation. So we're going to give them what they gave us. 2 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to 3. We're going to say XER because we shaded continuously. We're going to put X vertical bar in front, and we're going to put curly braces around it. Interval, because we're going to put the lower number, then comma the bigger number. Now it's a less like an equal to sign near the 2, so we're going to do square bracket, and around the 3 round bracket. Now the last example, way at the bottom of the page, I'm going to shrink up this, I guess, a tad. So if you just get a number, if you get a number line with like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, and you get the points 2, 4, 5, well, then you just say it in words. Like x equals 2, 4, 5. Or in a domain, put X vertical bar in front of it, put curly braces around it, and don't put XER off to the right because you can't be all real numbers. And if you want to be an IB student, write ZER, meaning all real, we can only be those digits in between. I don't even know if that's correct. No, I don't think that's all correct. It's not. Oh my gosh, another error. It can't even be ZER. I'm going to cross it off in the notes. I'm going to cross off ZER in the notes twice because it can't be every real integer in between it because it can't be 3. It's kind of fun when I make an error because it really makes you think. Okay, I'm going to make a note for that. If you were here and it didn't say ZER, it means I've updated the video, not the notes, whatever. So that's going to be an introductory to domain and range on the number line only using X. A review from grade 9.